Hello students, welcome to AffairsCloud. My name is Shashmita. We have an app by the name Careers Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store. Once you have downloaded the application, you will easily be able to log in using your Gmail ID. And once you have logged in, you will be redirected to this page where you will be getting this UI. And there will be option for home, all courses, my courses and browse section in this application. You will be getting multiple PDFs, multiple content on daily basis that will be enhancing your learning. Under Crack Current Affairs, you will be able to see multiple options. First one is Current Affairs English. We upload the day-to-day basis news in the English format. And apart from English PDF, we also provide them in Hindi format. And this banking awareness, we upload a PDF every month. So this PDF will contain the banking news, banking and the finance news of that respective month. And Current Affairs Exam PDF will have two categories. One is that most important news of that particular month will be uploaded in this Current Affairs Exam PDF. And also Exam Perspective PDF will also be uploaded. And next is Special CA. This will contain Union Budget, Economic Survey, and also the most important events that had taken place globally as well as nationally. And next most important is topic wise. So the entire news of that particular month will be segregated into different topics. And in order to recollect whatever you've read, we also provide you with topic wise quizzes. Apart from that, we also provide state current affairs. Now, here if you see, we provide you with the day-to-day PDF, and this we provide you with the weekly PDF. So that particular week news will be compiled into a PDF and in question and answer format in English and will be uploaded here. And to enhance your learning, you can also, to enhance and strengthen your learning, you can also attend the quiz. Here we provide you with the entire news of that particular week. But here we take the top 60 most important news and we upload it in this PDF in question and answer format. Apart from weekly, we also provide you the monthly ones. This PDF will contain detailed view of that particular month news. And this will have a brief format of the same news. This will be in the form of a question and answer format, and this will have the top 100 question and answer of that particular month. We also provide you with the PIB news on a day-to-day basis, which you can go and read in these particular tabs. Apart from that, we also provide the Union Budget and Economic Survey. You can also attend after reading the PDF, you can also go and attend the quiz. This is available in the Special CA category. We also provide state level current affairs. So this will be very helpful for students who are preparing for state level exams. For example, if you are preparing for Tamil Nadu state level exams, then you can click this tab and you will be able to see all the current affairs or news related to Tamil Nadu. Apart from that, we also provide PDF from the exam perspective. Suppose you are preparing for RBI assistant mains, then this tab will contain 5 to 6 months of current affairs, which has high probability of being asked in RBI assistant mains. Similarly for SBI PO, RRB PO, clerk mains, all these are being given under this section. And also we provide separate content-wise, topic-wise current affairs like national affairs, government schemes, international affairs, banking and finance, economy and businesses, MOUs and committees and meetings. All these different types of news are segregated in these particular categories. Hello students, welcome to our new initiative. In this initiative, we will be uploading the weekly current affairs on banking and finance section. So this will be uploaded on every Monday. And so on the whole, per month, you will have totally 4 videos related to this topic. And apart from just providing you with the banking and finance news, we also provide you the conceptual explanation so that this will enhance and also strengthen your knowledge about these topics. Today, we will be covering July 4th week banking and finance awareness news. Moving to the first news. Sebi recognizes BSE Limited as RAASB and IAASB. Now, if you see in May month, we had covered a news regarding this. It said that Sebi had planned to establish a supervisory body in order to supervise the research analysts and investment advisors. You know that investment advisors and research analysts, they are growing in huge number. So in order to supervise it, it had planned to set up a framework and develop a supervisory body to supervise these two. Now let us look into the details. If you see Sebi, it has recognized the Bombay Stock Exchange as the supervisory body for the Research Analyst Administration and Supervisory Body and Investment Advisor Administration and Supervisory Body. This will oversee for 4 years with effect from July 25, 2024. If you see, on May 24, 2024, Sebi introduced a supervision framework for the research analyst and the investment advisors. So to qualify as a supervisory body, an entity must be a recognized stock exchange with at least 15 years of existence and a minimum net worth of 200 crores. So all these conditions have been satisfied by Bombay Stock Exchange, and now Bombay Stock Exchange has been recognized as a supervisory body. So also apart from that, the other condition was it must manage investor services through Investor Service Center in at least 20 cities. So these were the three conditions stated by Sebi, and all these three conditions are fulfilled by the BSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange, and now it is being elected as the supervisory body. So why this has been done? This has been done to protect the interest of the investors in the security market and promote the development of and regulate the security market. So if you see this Bombay Stock Exchange, what will it do? So it will develop the bylaws, the standing operating procedures, the frequently asked questions. All this will be provided to assist the research analysts and investment advisors. So even now, if you see the applicants for the registration or the renewal for the RAs and the IAs, it will be determined by the RAASB and the IAASB. So these two bodies will determine the administration fees for the RAs, that is research analysts and investment advisories. So Sebi has updated the registration fee for the research analyst with effect from July 25, 2024. And the applications for the RA registration submitted before July 24, it will be processed under the old fee structure. But if there is any application submitted after July 24, then it will be under the new fee structure suggested by Sebi. So next news is about IRDAI. So IRDAI has revised the guidelines on the commission on long-term motor insurance. So if you see, if any customer buys an insurance policy from an insurance company, then it has to pay a premium, right? This premium will be collected by the insurance company. And now from this premium, a certain amount will be paid as a commission to the brokers. So now if you see, until now, under the long-term motor insurance, if you see short-term means it is normally it is for 1 year, and if it is a long-term insurance, then it will be for 5 years or 3 years, more than 1 year. So in this case, there was a cap on the commission that has to be paid to the brokers. Okay, so if there is 100 premium of maybe 1000 rupees paid to the insurance company, only 10% or 15% can be paid as a commission to the brokers. So this was a cap set on the long-term motor insurance companies. On the long-term motor insurance policies. But now the IRDA has revised and it has removed the cap on the commission that is to be paid on the long-term motor insurance policies. Now let us look into the details. So if you see, in order to bring uniformity, IRDAI has done away with the cap on the long-term motor insurance commission. So IRDAI has repealed its guidelines on the commission of the long-term motor insurance policies to agents and implemented the current commission norms applicable for all other policies. So whatever the norms were there, commission norms were there for the other policies, the same will be applicable to this long-term motor insurance policy also. So with this, these policy will be in line with the regular motor insurance policy having validity of 1 year. So if you see, for example, insurers, they can offer commission structure within the expense of management. So for instance, if a general insurer charges 30% of the first premium as the expense of management. See, suppose 1000 rupees has been collected as a premium from the customer. Then in this 1000 rupees as a premium, there will be certain expenses involved, right? Like administration, salaries, all these expenses will also be involved in this premium. So that is only called as expense of management. So if you see, if a general insurer charges 30% of the first year premium as the expense of management, they can offer the entire 30% as the commission to their agents. So this is allowed. Okay, so if 30% is charged as the expense of management, then they can provide the entire 30% as a commission to their agent in other policies. But if you see in long-term policies, there is a cap. This 30% is just a number. There is a norms for all this, and here I am just telling that 30% is just a number, but specific cap has been there or has been followed for long-term insurance policies, and this specific cap was not followed for the other policies. Now, if you see, long-term motor insurance policies have minimum 5-year cover for 2-wheelers and 3-year cover for the 4-wheelers. So far, if you see, insurers, they were allowed to pay up to 17.5% of the premium as the first year commission of 5 years of 5-year 2-wheeler comprehensive motor insurance policies, and then it was allowed to pay 10% on the second and third year premium and 5% commission on the fourth and fifth year premium. So if you see, it keeps reducing. So first, if it is a 5-year insurance policy term, then in first year it is allowed to pay 17.5% as the commission, second And third, the commission can be paid is 10% on the premium amount, second and third year premium amount. And in case of fourth and fifth, the amount of commission that can be paid is 5%. This was the cap. Similarly, in case of a 3-year motor insurance, the comprehensive policy of four-wheelers such as a capping of 15% for the first year and 10% on 5% on the second and third year respectively. So these were the caps on the long-term insurance policy, and now this has been removed by the RBI. So now insurers are now allowed to offer commissions within the expense management framework for the long-term policies. So whatever framework was applicable to all other policies, the same framework is now applicable to the long-term policies also, and this specific cap has been removed on the long-term policies now. So that if you see, there are two types of insurance. One is third-party insurance and one is comprehensive motor insurance. So under this third-party insurance, it covers only the legal liability. So if you go and hit another car, then only the property damage to the third party. So one car, if your car hits another car, then the third-party damage, whatever has been caused, that only is being covered here. But it does not cover any damage to the insured vehicle. So if your car gets damaged, then that cannot be covered under this third-party insurance. But if you see in comprehensive motor insurance, it involves both the third-party insurance coverage and also the insured vehicle coverage. So this means that it covers the insured vehicle against theft, vandalism, natural disasters, and these policies can further be enhanced with various add-ons also. So this is what is a comprehensive motor insurance and then third-party insurance means. The main point to be remembered here is that the cap on the long-term insurance policy has been removed, and whatever norms are applicable to the other insurance policy are now applicable to the long-term also. We have launched a new course called Static Banking Awareness course. Now this course will be helpful for students who are preparing for the banking exams and for the regulatory body exams. And also recently you would have seen Paytm Bank in news frequently. So when an aspirant reads this news, he would have ample number of questions like what is a payment bank, what are the norms for it, and which is the committee that has launched it. So this Static Banking Awareness course lays a foundation to the current banking and finance news. Now, you have to download our Careers Cloud to access this course. Once you have logged into our app, you can go and click this All Courses icon, and then you'll be redirected to this page. In this, you have to go and click the Static Banking Awareness course, and under the Details tab, you will be able to see a brief about this course. And under the Part tab, it will contain all the contents, all the topics of the contents that are currently available in this course. We are working on this continuously, and this will be completed within 2 months. Under the Free tab, you can go and access one content, that is the origin and development content, for free. You can go and read this content and have an idea about this course. After reading this content, do attend the quiz that is also available under the same tab. Now, our team has allocated ample amount of time and resources to curate this content. We have created this content from various books and from various verified websites. Our content is better than any book that is available in the market. This is because we update this content on a dynamic basis. For example, there are currently 39 DRTs that are available in the country now. In future, if one more DRT is created or added, then it would become 40. So we would update this content on a dynamic basis. But in case of books, you have to wait for the next publication for this updated content. Nowadays, a lot of practical questions have been asked in the banking exams. For example, how many public sector banks are available on the stock exchange? Which is the payment bank that is being listed on the stock exchange? So we try to cover as many practical questions as possible in this course. Apart from this, we also provide you a question bank that will contain around 3,000 questions and the previous year questions along with it. We also have a dedicated tab that will release the important RBI notification and the frequent news released by the RBI. You can use this code B15 to avail 15% discount. This is one of the highest discounts that we have offered until now. So do avail this code B15 while you purchase the course. So next is that Bank of Baroda launched generative AI powered VRM new payment app among 11 new initiatives. So 11 new initiatives have been inaugurated by Bank of Baroda on its foundation day. Now let us look into the details. So the theme for the bank's 117th year is Trusted Today, Transforming Tomorrow. And the 11 new initiatives were initiated or were introduced on the occasion of 117th Foundation Day. First one is Gen AI powered VRM. So if you see, it is a first of its kind initiative among the public sector banks, and this is designed specifically to enhance the digital customer service. So it provides the real-time information about various products like FD, loans. All this real-time information will be provided immediately to the customers on their request. The next is the BOB Pay UPI Payment PSP, that is Payment Service Provider app. So here, just like you have Google Pay, similarly, this BOB Pay will also be there. So whatever features were there in Google Pay like scan to pay, send or receive money, all this will be available in this BOB Pay UPI app as well. So RuPay credit card on UPI and also include international payments. Apart from that, even tap and pay using NFC, that is near field communication technology, will also be enabled in this BOB Pay UPI app. Next is that BOB credit line on UPI. So initially it will be available only on the Baroda Kisan credit card for customers, and then it will be included to all other credit card customers also. So if you see, the BKCC customers can link their Kisan credit card accounts to UPI and make merchant payments using the provided credit line. So initially it will be applicable for the Kisan credit cards, and later on this credit line will be applicable to all other customers of the BOB as well. Next is that BOB launched Digital BKCC. So it has collaborated with RBI, that is Reserve Bank Innovation Hub, Bengaluru, to implement the Digital BKCC. Now what is this? That this will provide the digital land records and farm related information, and this will help to implement the Digital BKCC. Now Kisan credit card will be given to farmers who have land, right? So it is required to maintain the records of the land by the bank. So here all the records will be maintained digital format. So this will be easy to retrieve and also easy to store. So if you see, this will be initially implemented only in Madhya Pradesh, and later on it will be implemented in the other states as well. Next is the simplified IMPS. So generally if you want to send an IMPS, we send it by inputting the account number and the IFSC code. Here what they have done is that BOB World now offers an additional IMPS mode, simplified IMPS payment based. Here only beneficiary's registered mobile number and bank name is required. So with this mobile number and bank name, you can directly send the amount to that person using this IMPS mode. Now next is that MOU has been signed between BOB and East My Trip. So this has led to an introduction of a co-branded travel debit card. So using this debit card, if you book trains or rooms, then or residential rooms, then you can have some extra points. This is what this MOU is signed for. Next is that Baroda M Digi Next mobile app. So BOB plans to launch Baroda M Digi Next mobile app. This app is to cater the needs of corporate banking customers. So the corporate banking, they need to, they will have bulk need. So they'll have to provide salaries to a lot of customers, lot of their employees. So their needs will be huge. So catering to their needs, this mobile app will be launched. So next is BOB World Wave Smart NFC stickers. So these will be like, these are the NFC stickers. So these can be attached to the smartphones and wallets, and payment can be made via this NFC stickers. So next is the customer contact center. So it has upgraded its customer contact center with voice board in 11 languages and also an interactive voice response with 15 different languages. Then the next one is that phygital branches. So it is planning to launch 7 phygital branches, and this will integrate both self-service. That is, if you see in phygital branch means you can go and you can, there will be a kiosk. So you can go and here you can tell that you can input the details like your account number, and you can also tell that to generate a checkbook or to generate ATM card. So you can go and do it by yourself without any assistance. If at all you need assistance, then that will also be provided. So these branches will integrate both self-service and assisted service model with cutting edge technologies. This is what phygital branches mean, and they are planning to launch 7 phygital branches. Next one is that Baroda Sun Technology. This is a subsidiary of the bank, and this will accelerate the bank's digital transformation. This is the purpose of this Baroda Sun Technologies. So various other initiatives also are BOB Earth Greening Drive. So here it is a mega plantation drive with an aim to plant 1,17,000 fruit bearing trees. Next is that BOB in collaboration with Tampu. It is a tribal community from Kerala to their Karthumbi umbrellas. So for this purpose, it has collaborated with Tampu, and also BOB has unveiled 2 corporate social responsibility activities in Bhubaneswar and Mumbai. So these are the various initiatives of Bank of Baroda on its 117th foundation day. So Bank of Baroda, if you see, the chairman is Hasmukh Adya, MD is Debadat Chand, headquartered in Vadodara, and tagline is India's International Bank. The next is that RBI sets up committee to review the fee structure for the white label ATMs. So if you see, white label ATMs, they are set up, owned and operated by non-banks. So the non-bank ATM operators, they are authorized under the Payment and Settlement System Act of 2007 by the RBI. So these are the 3 different types of ATM: normal ATM, white label and brown label. So normal ATM, they are owned and operated by the banks directly. But white label, if you see, they are owned and operated by non-bank entities. And in case of brown label, they are operated by the outsourcing firms, and but they will have a contract with the specific banks. Here the logo of the banks will be displayed. Here the logo of the non-banks will be displayed. And here if you see, it will display the logo of the sponsoring bank, which it has signed an MOU or a contract. That bank's logo will be displayed on this brown label ATM. And banks are fully responsible for the maintenance, operation and regulation compliance of these ATMs. Here it requires license and permission from the RBI to operate. So separate license has to be taken by the non-bank entities from RBI to operate or open an ATM. Here, if in case of brown label ATM, the hardware and machine are leased by the service providers. Here if you see, it is directly regulated by RBI to ensure adherence to the banking standards and security protocols. Here RBI is directly involved in regulating and overseeing these ATMs in case of white label ATMs. And here in brown label ATM, if you see, the RBI is not directly involved in this of these ATM as they operate under bank contracts. So the RBI will already monitor the banks. And since these ATMs have contract with the banks, RBI will not directly monitor this brown label ATM, but it will monitor it via the sponsoring bank. So these are the various types of ATM, and these are the differences among them. So white label, they are created, opened and operated by non-bank entities. Now there has been a committee formed to review this fee structure of this white label ATMs. So the RBI has established a committee. It is headed by Sunil Mehta, who is the CEO of the Indian Bank Association, to review the fee structure for the white label ATM. So the committee will assess the fee structure, existing automated teller machine infrastructure and the international best practice, and then it will submit a whole report to the T. Ravi Shankar, that is the Deputy Governor of RBI. So if you see, India's ATM is projected to grow at a compounded annual growth rate of 9.2% from 2024 to 2032. The committee, who all will be there in the committee? So it will include people from NPCI and also lead banks and also other stakeholders, including the ATM manufacturers. So these are the representatives from different categories in the committees. So if you see the current interchanging fee, it is uniform for both bank operated and the white label ATMs. So for both, the fee is the same. So interchange fee, for in case of a financial transaction, it is 17 rupees. Financial transaction means if you want to withdraw money, then that is considered as a financial transaction. For that, the fee is 17. And in case of non-financial transaction, that is when you want to view the balance or just print a mini statement, that is considered as a non-financial transaction. In that case, it is 6 rupees. So financial, it is 17. And non-financial, it is 6 rupees. So earlier, if you see, the white label ATM operators, they had requested for an increase in the cost of this interchange fee, because the cost of electricity is growing, and also the ATM rent is also growing. So everything has been growing, right? So it had requested for a revision of the interchange fee. So it had requested for interchange fee to revise to financial transaction up to 30 rupees. So financial transaction wanted to revise from 17 to 30 rupees. And for non-financial transaction, it wanted it to revise it to from 6 rupees to 10 rupees. This was the request by the white label ATM operators. If you see, currently there are 4 white label ATM operators in India. So one is India One Payment. Next is Tata Communication Payment Solution Limited. The third one is Vakranji Limited. And the last one is Hitachi Payment Services Private Limited. And these are the number of ATMs present in India. The next news is FinTech startup TechFini receives NPCI certification. So if you see, the Mumbai-based FinTech startup TechFini, it has received the certification from the National Payment Corporation of India to operate as UPI payment infrastructure provider. So this tech startup will provide a UPI infrastructure to the banks and the fintech companies. So this enables the startup to operate as an UPI issuer, acquire, and then issuer of credit line on UPI, enabler of RuPay credit card. So all these functions, it can be provided by the infrastructure that will be provided by this fintech startup TechFini. So remember, it is the main things to remember is TechFini, Mumbai based. It has received approval from NPCI to provide the UPI infrastructure. So apart from that, it has also been certified for UPI Unified Dispute and Issue Resolution. So if you see, a lot of disputes also arise from UPI. Suppose if you send money to some person, but it has debited from your account, but it has not yet reached that person's account, then that kind of dispute can also be resolved by this startup. So this, which makes the startup one of the platforms to serve as a game changer in addressing the complexity of dispute resolution. So if you see, according to NPCI, in June 2024, the UPI based transaction, it reached over 20 lakh crore, representing a 49% year on year, and a transaction volume stood at 13,885 million. So you can use this data during essays and all. So UPI based transaction, it has touched 20 lakh crore. And the startup name is TechFini. Next news is that LIC partners with the IDFC Bank for bank assurance. So if you see, the Life Insurance Corporation of India, it has partnered with the IDFC First Bank under the corporate agency agreement to enhance the bank assurance. So through this bank assurance, now IDFC will be able to sell the LIC policies to its customers. So the main aim is to provide life insurance coverage to all by 2047. So this is one of the ambition of IRDAI. That is to cover insurance, to provide insurance to all by 2047. So if you see, LIC, it is the India's largest insurance company and the largest institutional investors with total assets in the management over 52.52 trillion. Moving to the next news. This is about GDP forecast. So Federation of Indian Chambers of Commerce and Industry, it has released its latest survey, that is Economic Outlook Survey, in July, and it has projected 7% GDP growth rate for the financial year 25, and for quarter 1 of the financial year 25, it has projected 6.8% and 7.2% for the quarter 2. So it is very important to remember this data. That is for financial year 25, the GDP projection is 7%. And if you see, for financial year 25 by RBI, the GDP projection is 7.2%. Similarly, tell me the GDP projection by IMF and World Bank. What have they projected for the financial year 25? Next, it has projected that the agricultural and allied activities, it will grow at the rate of 3.7% for the financial year 25, up from 1.4% in financial year 24. Similarly, industry will grow at the rate of 6.7% and services at the rate of 7.4%. And export, it is expected to reach $455 billion, and import is planning to hit around $725 billion by 2025. And the current account deficit for the financial year 25 is expected to be 1%. Recently, we saw the data of current account deficit was recently released. So tell me, what is the current account deficit for financial year 24? Next is about an appointment. So if you see, ESAF Small Finance Bank announced that it has received approval from RBI for the reappointment of Kadambel Paul Thomas, that is KP Thomas, as the MD and CEO for the next 3 years. So in June 2024, if you see, K. Paul Thomas was elected as the chairman of the board of Sadhan. Now, what is this Sadhan? Sadhan is an RBI appointed SRO, that is self-regulatory organization for microfinance institution. For that, the board was there, and the board chairman was appointed as the K. Paul Thomas, who is the MD and CEO of ESAF Small Finance Bank. The next is that Tata AIA Insurance ranked 6th globally in global MDRT ranking. So if you see, Tata AIA Life Insurance Company Limited, it has secured the 6th position out of the 100 global companies in the MDRT ranking, and the full form of MDRT is $1 Million Round Table. So Tata AIA, it has achieved the largest number of MDRT members in India for the 2nd consecutive year. So the top 5 are, the first one was secured by AIA AIA China, and the number of members were 4656. The second by AIA International Limited, third AIA Co Limited, and then fourth is Mingya Insurance Brokers Limited, and the fifth is Prudential Hong Kong Limited. So these are the 5 ranks. So remember the first one mainly, it is AIA China. So in case of female members, the number of MDRT female members, if you see, the top 3 are AIA China, Mingya Insurance Brokers Limited, and third one is AIA International Limited, Hong Kong, China. In case of Tata AIA, it has the highest number of female MDRT qualifiers in India. So totally it is ranked number 1 in India in case of MDRT female qualifiers as well. But globally, if you see, 7. So if you see overall the number of MDRT, it is in the 6th position, and in case of, if you see only the female part, then it is in the 7th position, and the first position is occupied by AIA China. These are the things to be remembered. Moving to the next news. So IndusInd Bank and Inspire Institute of Sport collaborates to launch a CSR program. So IndusInd Bank, it collaborates with Inspire Institute of Sport, which is headquartered in Vijayanagar, Karnataka, to launch Whistle for Glory. This is a CSR program of IndusInd Bank. Whistle for Glory. Whistle for Glory. It is a CSR program of IndusInd Bank. So you know that any company, it has to spend at least 2% of its past 3 years average profit for CSR. For corporate social responsibility, the amount is 2% of the past 3 years average profit. So this CSR program is called as Wrestle for Glory. So this initiative aims to support 50 talented female wrestling athletes from across India and provide them with full funded scholarship in this coaching center, that is Inspire Institute of Sport, which is located in Karnataka. So remember, IndusInd, it has partnered with Inspire for a CSR program called Wrestle for Glory. Next is also about an appointment. So if you see, RBI has approved the appointment of Krishnan Venkat Subramaniam as the MD and CEO of Federal Bank Limited under the Section 35(8). So remember, this section is very important. It is Section 35B. It is Section 35B of the Banking Regulation Act 2013. So it is Section 35B, and the MD and CEO will be Krishnan Venkat Subramaniam effective from September 2024, 23rd September 2024. So currently, if you see, the MD and CEO is Shyam Srinivasan. So his term will end on September 22, 2024, and from September 23 onwards, Krishnan Venkat Subramaniam will be the MD and CEO of Federal Bank Limited. Next is GCF approves 215 million for Sebi to help MSME adopt lower emissions. So GCF is Green Climate Fund. It is an entity set by United Nations Framework Convention on Climate Change. So this is headquartered in Germany. Exactly, which is Bonn. Bonn in Germany is where this UNFCCC headquarters is. It has approved 200 million via loan and 15.6 million via grant. So totally 215 million to the Sebi FMAP, that is Financing Mitigation and Adaptation Projects in India MSME. So this will be provided to the FMAP program of Sebi, and this in turn will provide to the MSME in order to help the MSME adopt low emission and climate resilient technologies. So we know that MSME plays a major part of role in our India. So it provides a lot of job opportunities, and also it contributes around 40% to the GDP, and also a major part, around 40 to 50% of the export is also contributed by MSME. So it is very important to help them. So this will help the MSME adopt low emissions and climate resilient technologies. So the FMAP facility, it aims to provide nearly 10,000 concessional loans to the MSME to promote low emission and climate resilient technology, and this program is expected to reduce the greenhouse gas emissions by 35.3 million tons. So if you see about Green Climate Fund, it is the world's largest dedicated climate fund. It is an operating entity of the financial mechanism of UNFCCC. So remember, Green Climate Fund comes under UNFCCC and this is headquartered in Bonn, Germany. So it has provided loan amount of $215 million. In that 200 in the form of loan and $15 million is in the form of a grant to Sebi. Next is that RBI sells 34 billion Indian bonds as index inclusion boost inflow. So a lot of money has been flowing into our country in form of index inclusion. So to arrest the liquidity that I have raised, RBI has sold these many bonds into the secondary market. So according to a Bloomberg Economic Index, the RBI, it has sold 34 billion, that is 406 million worth of bonds in the secondary market to absorb the excess cash in the banking system. So this, by doing this activity, it will be able to manage the excess liquidity resulting from the increased foreign investments. And also this will stabilize the financial system by absorbing the surplus fund as RBI added 9.7 billion to its reserve. So to manage the excess liquidity and also to stabilize the financial system, this has sold these many bonds into the secondary market. So as per Bloomberg Index, if you see the excess liquidity that bank deposits with the RBI stood at 1.4 trillion and the Indian government, it plans to borrow 14.1 trillion through the bonds in financial year 25. Next is that Paytm partners with Axis Bank to offer certain solutions to the merchants. So if you see, Paytm partnered with the Mumbai-based Axis Bank to provide point of sale solution and electronic data capture, that is the card machines, to the bank and its merchant network. So remember, Paytm has partnered with Axis Bank to provide POS and card machines to the merchant. This is the main point to be remembered. MD and CEO of Axis Bank is Amitabh Chaudhary. Next is that ADB approves 200 million loan to expand the metro rail network. So if you see ADB, it has approved a 200 million loan for the Nagpur Metro Urban Mobility Project to expand the metro rail corridors. So this will cover around 83.8 km and is expected to serve around 5,90,000 daily passengers by 2031 and 7,30,000 passengers by 2041. So remember, it is ADB 200 million. Remember the amount and remember the financing company also. So here it is the ADB. So ADB provides 200 million loan to the Nagpur, the beneficiary. Next is that cash-free payment receives payment aggregator cross-border license from the RBI. So Bangalore-based cash-free, it is already acting as a payment aggregator. It already has a license of payment aggregator. Now it has received the payment aggregator cross-border license from the RBI. There are three types of PACB license. One is export only PACB, the other one is import only PACB, and third one is export and import PACB. So if you see cash-free payment, it has received an export and import PACB from the RBI. So if you see cash-free payment, it is one of the first non-banks to secure PACB license. And if you see a non-bank PACB, first it has to register themselves with the Financial Intelligence Unit India. So FIU Int, it has to register with the FIU Int, and then it has to make sure that it has a minimum net worth of 15 crore. Then only it has to apply for the RBI authorization. So first you have to register with the Financial Intelligence Unit, and then you have to make sure that you have a minimum net worth of 15 crores and then apply for the RBI approval. Thank you for watching the session. I hope you had enjoyed it. We're also available in Telegram under the name AffairsCloud_official. We also have an Instagram handle. Apart from this, you can contact us directly on 9677333862 regarding any courses that we offer or regarding any payment issues. You can contact directly on this number. Thank you.